Battle Cats is a lot of, okay, we don't even need to make an intro for this cat. You know what Battle Cats is, you know that it's an old game, and you're here for one of the worst cats ever. Yes, worse than cats like Mr. or Zombie or Axe Cat. You're here for the Armored Firefly. Purpose. So, immediately, what's up with this guy? Well, he's a spammable anti-red and alien CC unit that was created to weaken both of these types by 50% at a 50% chance. He's a Behemoth Slayer with 210 range, a roughly 5-second cooldown, a 450C cost, and at level 30 he has 561 DPS and 12,750 HP. Immediately, just based off of stats alone, if you're thinking, you may be like, wow, that's weak. And when you think even more, it gets worse. No boosting. Due to this cat's nature, boosting him so his stats are better wouldn't make much sense due to not only him being a CC unit, but also because as an egg unit he has no talents, and the only thing that'd be improved is his HP. Besides, even if you did at level 50 plus 20, and assuming there are only aliens or reds you're fighting, he has a max effective HP of 51,750. Not too shabby, but why in the world would you not only try to get him 20 times? 20 times! 20 times! Do you know how crazy it is in this summer cat capsule? But then also use 25 special cat's eyes to get his base level to 50. For this, and that's assuming the enemy's weakened. Under regular circumstances, he has 25,875 HP at 210 range. His HP versus Behemoths doesn't even matter at this point when it's this low, and honestly him being a Behemoth Slayer is completely worthless. Typing. Against regular red enemies he's also terrible. With the cost at 450, why not use someone like Maximum the Fighter in his place, or Ro if you actually want to soak in damage. If you want to weaken by 50% too, then just use Tham. For aliens, why not use the less costing Catalyte, who you'll also probably have more plus levels on due to you having him for longer than Firefly by this point of the game. And again, want that 50% weaken? Then go for Tham. She even beats him range wise by 100 and can perma weaken any enemy alone. Plus she can weaken anyone, not just aliens, has a wave immune talent, and costs a similar amount. The only downside in comparison she has is the fact that her attack animation is very slow. Even if Tham, Maximum, or Catalyte didn't exist, against Reds the DPS would be too much for Armored Firefly to take in on regular stages by the time you get him. Again, at level 30 he only has 12,750 HP, an effective 25,500 HP, and 210 range. He by no means is a ranged easily stackable meat shield that'll just clip and weaken red enemies sometimes from a safe place. Range wise he's in the same place as Dark Laser, a melee unit. And against aliens, we all know that one of their big gimmicks is the fact they're more ranged versions of their original counterparts. And even then, their DPS will be too much for Armored Firefly to survive. Behemoth Slayer. This cat may as well not even have Behemoth Slayer. It's clear that he's supposed to fight Scissorix and the Red Duck, but with HP like this, there's no way he's surviving for long. Behemoths overall are very powerful DPS wise, and those two enemies are no different. I mean, they're literally bosses. It's far more likely that it'll encounter a wild doge and die to that first before ever being able to get off his ability. And even if he does get off his ability, so what? They're weakened for 3 seconds by 50%? Just think about this for a second. This cat is so useless that all they can do is inconsistently get off a 50% weaken for 3 seconds. Just use Tham at this point. Seriously, if you need a 50% weaken debuffer so badly. I suppose the only kind of good thing about this cat is his fast attack rate and his 50% chance to weaken, but even then you'll be wasting 450 each time this guy gets thrown out for a 50% chance to weaken a boss for 3 seconds. Worst egg cat. 3 worst egg cats that I have experience with are Exorcist, Clam, and of course Firefly. Just gonna call him Firefly at this point since he may as well not even have any armor. What Clam has over this is the fact that if you boost him, he'll actually have okay HP and can possibly be used in red/black only behemoth stages or red/black only stages. And Exorcist is a fast unit that can rush into Aku units with broken shields to freeze them for 3 seconds, something way more useful than just weakening an enemy for the same amount of time. Both of those other cats are less than subpar, but compared to Firefly, they at least have niche usage when super boosted or in highly specific scenarios. Armored Firefly has none of this. The worst. This is seriously the worst unit in Battle Cats. You may say, Lil Axe Cat exists, you know, or maybe some random rare filler unit that was available 6 years ago, but this is mostly about how you get him and when you get him. You can get someone like Lil Axe Cat at any time easily just by chance, for free. And at some points in the game, Zombie and Mister can be useful, but not Firefly, because you get him mid-game. Time of the game where you probably have a good few rares true formed, if not all of them, and plenty of super rares true formed as well. By now you should have cats like Row, which not only has incredible defense but can weaken red enemies, or possibly Bomb, a cat that can be used infinitely to stall black enemies. What place would this cat ever have in your loadout or at any point in the game? And it's unlikely that you'd encounter Firefly in the summer cat capsule when you just got access to Behemoth Stones. It's more likely that you've already unlocked cats like Courier, Mushroom, Gas Mask, and Racket. Or if you haven't already unlocked them, then you're working towards doing so. So again, what is this 12k HP, 561 DPS, 210 range cat with a 50% weaken ability against reds and aliens have any place even being unlocked? Conclusion. I firmly believe that currently Armored Firefly is the worst cat in all of Battle Cats because of when you can get and true form him, and the fact that he's never useful at any point in the game. I would love to hear some kind of defense for him, but real quick before the video ends, here's a verse that I like. Genesis 18:26. The Lord said, "If I find 50 righteous people in the city of Sodom, I'll spare the whole place for their sake." Such a cool guy, isn't he? Anyway, be sure to subscribe, comment, and like the video to help me out in my Battle Cats endeavors. Have a good day everyone, and don't unlock Firefly Cat.